Okay, hello? Are we live? Hello and welcome to Create Now. This is a guitar lesson. So hopefully we will be talking about today. If today's your first time in, come on in, get welcome. There's a playlist at the moment, maybe 100 videos, and I go through how to play guitar from not being able to play anything to being very good. So there you are. The playlist is there for a limited time only, so I'd recommend you get it well taught, for it's all like privatized and Patreon and all that fucking surf curse and things. Alright, so today we're going to talk hopefully about hammer-ons and pull-offs, some of my favourite things. This is how it works. So just get, let's go to the E string, 5th fret, and all you're doing is you're going to pluck the string, okay? Then you're going to try and, with a bit of force, hit the guitar on the 5th fret of the E string, and then try to take your finger off in such a way that the string is plucked again with your left hand. Oh my god. So here's how it works. We're going to hit the string, open E, we're going to, let's say with our ring finger, or with our ring finger, we're going to hit fret, the 5th fret on the E string, and then we are going to pull the string slightly down and up, down and out, down and out, and that will cause the string to vibrate. So there's all sorts of techniques you can do, and let's see. So this is hammer-ons and pull-offs, alright? A hammer-on is a playing technique performed on a stringed instrument, especially a fretted stringed instrument, such as a guitar, by sharply bringing a fretted hand finger down on the fretboard behind a fret, causing a note to sound. This technique is the opposite of a pull-off. Okay, so you hit the string and then you fret the note with a little bit of force. So you might have to kind of it's like a one-handed clap. Can you do a one-handed clap? Sound of one hand clapping? What's the sound of one hand clap? That's the sound of one hand clapping. So it's just that, it's just the sound of one hand clapping. And that's all there is to it. That's the motion. You might find the little E string on the 5th fret easier to do. So yeah, you're just tapping, just hitting that note. Now the pull-off is the inverse of that, or the opposite. So what that is you're going down and out, mostly down towards the ground, but also out at maybe 10 degrees off. Down, whatever that is. It's not 45 degrees anyway. Sure, we'll say it's 45 degrees for the crack. It's definitely not 45 degrees. But you go down and out, alright? Like kind of a swooping motion. What kind of thing is this? It's not really falling down. It's a bit like a waterfall, but a little less. The end of a waterfall, I guess. It's just like a down and out, down and out. But what's so difficult about the pull-off is that you have to do it in like no amount of space, in the space of a few millimeters, under an inch. It's such a like a subtle down and out that the finger is not just coming off. That's where a lot of people get the mistake. It's down and out. There you are, that's all I have to say. It's down and out. A bit like a kick flip. So you pluck the note, down and out. forces the string. Once it's pulled off, it's, what's that, like equilibrium point or something. It causes the string to vibrate. Alright. So it's just like plucking the hand, plucking the string, and playing the note at the same time. So these can be used as an articulation technique, like let's try to use Shannon singing there. A very quick thrill. So instead of going D, G, you might put in some little flicky bits. Just showing off, really. So, passages with a large portion of notes are performed as hammer-ons and pull-offs instead of being plucked or picked in the usual fashion are known as classic terminology as legato phrases. It can also tie together a lot of notes. You don't have that plucked sound. There's that plucked sound. Bap, 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 bap. Here's pull-offs. So there's a kind of a tick or an attack sound. Do you hear that? That you're adding that sound right there to the sound to that sustain note. So if you want to take away that articulation kind of slur, get rid of the attack of the sound, you can use these hammer-ons and pull-offs. So Rory Gallagher, I might be a fanboy. He's a big fan of the index finger. So try this: the index finger on the G string, okay, the first on the second fret. So he liked to do this like in between. You'd just be playing or whatever, and then he'd lash this in just to cause a bit of tension. Hammer-ons and pull-offs. And it kind of gets the crowd going as well. It's like, oh wow, as he plays, he's just playing that guitar with one hand. Oh, it's amazing. So you're doing hammer-ons and pull-offs on the G string. You got to pluck. The first one you got to pluck. You don't really have to pluck it. But some people think you do. I don't know. Hammer-ons and pull-offs, second fret on the G string. Okay, there it is. Once you get that down, you can start moving around. And then you can involve the other hand, which would be called fret tapping. So here's some variations of it. You got your fret tapping, which is just doing a hammer-on and pull-off with your plucking hand. Some people like to do the plucking with their, what's that called? The plectrum, which is, I'm not really into it. It's like, it sounds like something crying. I think people do it because they don't have the callus on their plucking hand, and they're like, it hurts. I don't know. So there's left hand, or we could get into left hand capoing, which is really fucking cool, man. Left hand capo is where you're doing hammer-ons and pull-offs, let's say on the B string 12th fret. Alright, just getting that thing going, ring finger, and then with your fretting hand, you fret, say, the second fret, and then you start bringing up one fret at a time, and it just adds a lot of tension. It's like, oh shit, shit's about to blow off, man. I'm slowly raising the pitch, raising that tension with my left hand cap up, right hand cap up, sorry. All that stuff that looks like a bit of a magic trick or whatever. Then you can get into all this stuff like the piano playing. So you get a B. It's a two-hand tapping or some shit. Often a lot easier to hear when you're being amplified, but if you can do it, you can do it on any instrument. Some people like get into this whole thing playing the guitar like a piano, and they like do hammer-on chords, do like a hammer-on E shape, and then they play a lead line with their fretting hand or whatever. It's big on bass, kind of, as Victor Wooten and so on. It's just something to do, I guess, if you're kind of bored. You want to develop some, you know, your skills. It's kind of like just it's stuff you wouldn't really use, but it's gas for bending a note down low and then fret tapping the bent note up high. So I'm bending a what's that? A fucking A, an E. I'm bending an E to an F sharp. Then I'm gonna start tapping it on tapping the bent note. And here's another top secret tip that no one seems to do. So this could be a signature sound for you guys. It's kind of my signature sound-ish, but not really. If I had one, it's hitting a bent note and bringing it down. Because people are used to hearing the note being bent up, like. But if you come down from an already pitched bent note, it sounds kind of cool. Anyway, let's see what else Wikipedia has to say. The technique also facilitates fast pacing. Yeah. So often what is this thing? When people talk about playing really, really fast, like that's I think it's a major scale. So what I'm doing there is I'm striking the string once and playing 3 notes at one pick strike, okay? Because some people think, if you pluck all the notes, you can only. They believe that your picking hand cannot keep up with your fretting hand when you're playing really, really fast. So it's less articulate-ish if you're not practiced. So I'm gonna play it just so you can even hear the. It's almost like a taste decision as well. So here's it plucked. Speeding up. Alright, fret it, okay? Now here's hammer-ons. And pull-offs. Or here's plucked coming descending. And pull-offs. different techniques, but this allows you to play super fast if you're... Alright. It was a lot quicker there, wasn't it? I know it was very, very sloppy, but you can really go through it much quicker with these pull-offs. So... They're what's that like? This is kind of like some of the stuff shredders do. 3-note scales. But yeah, if you see those lads playing like woo, millions of notes at a time, they're often, if they're playing faster than, there's often hammer-ons and pull-offs involved. So here. If you're reading guitar tablature, it's noted by a H and a P for pull-off beside the note. There you are. That's interesting, isn't it? So if you want to practice this technique, I've talked a lot about the different place you might use it, but let's just get super down to what you can do today. Here's what I would love to do. I like to just pick a string and let's say the G, 5th fret, and just do hammer-ons and pull-offs on the G, open G, 5th fret, at the index finger, and ideally I'll have a click metronome. You do reps, 1, 2, 3, and then change finger, 1 to middle finger, 2, 3, ring finger, 1, 2, 3, little finger, 1, 2, 3, and then back to the ring finger, 1, 2, 3, 4, middle finger, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the thing about this is why you need the metronome is because when you get tired you're going to slow down, when you get full of energy you're going to speed up. So ideally don't let your excitement influence your tempo. You can play with the tempo, like play slightly ahead of it or before it, but you don't want, ideally you want it to be a choice that you're speeding up or slowing down. You don't want it to be affecting your performance, which is maybe just important if you're playing live with other people. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not even, maybe I've watched a lot of bands, so many bands, and they can't fucking play in time. Or even, Jesus, I was watching the Sex Pistols. Oh my god, I loved Sex Pistols, but Jesus, they're fucking awful live. And they're one of my favourite bands. Jesus. Anyway, getting off track there. Getting way off track. When I say awful, I just mean, like, they looked fantastic. But all the bum notes and all that stuff. Their looks and their personalities did heavy lifting for the musicianship, perhaps. It's hard to say though. They're great. Anyway, let's stay with it. So a hammer-on is usually represented on a guitar tablature and things like that. Rapid series of alternating notes. Yeah. I'm just going to stick with hammer-ons and pull-offs. Alright. So if you're having a lot of trouble, pick the note and then try to apply some pressure until you hear the note. So, and then switch finger each time. So I'm plucking the note, then I'm using my index finger to try and hit the note, and then just as only hammer-ons I'm doing here. I know I've confused you by talking about hammer-ons and pull-offs, but ideally just do hammer-ons. Just make up your own exercises. I'm going to give you one exercise just in case you want me to be like, here's an exercise, do this, okay? Because I know some people like to be told exactly what to do, that's fine. Okay, so just get your, we talked so much on these lessons about having a position. So for say first position, so you have one finger for every fret. Okay. So do that. This is E string for anyone who's not watching. E string, 0, index, middle, ring, little, open, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the big E string. Alright. So just have a go at doing hammer-ons on the big E string. And using a different finger for every one. So hammer on the first fret, hammer on the second fret, from hammer on the second. So I'm plucking it, and then I'm forcefully using my index finger to press down the second note. And once you have that down or whatever, you can move it up to the second position, be the big E on the 5th fret or whatever. So. Like that. So there you have it. Let's keep at it. It takes a lot of time. You know, you'd be a lot of time. You're like, I can't get it. I can't do it. So you really have to keep kind of coming back at it and trying to get too frustrated. Just keep tipping away at loads of different things. Your favourite guitar riff and some song you want to learn for like a family occasion coming up in 6 months, and this cover you said you were going to do an online cover with this person from fucking birthday coming up or something, I don't know. Alright, try to live your life over and out. Have a great one. This was Hammer-Ons. Have a great